What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's dive into NXT from May the 14th, 2024. A very solid, fun show. NXT continues to be the best wrestling show of the week. Shawn Michaels constantly hits home runs, and this show was no exception to that rule at all. Show was fun. So we kicked the show off with Noam Dar. He's laid out. He's receiving medical attention. So Lash Legend, she comes into play. And then the rest of the metaphor, Oral Mensa and Jakara Jackson start to blame Lash for the attack. Blame Trick Williams for the attack. Lash says that Trick didn't have anything to do with it. Noam Dar had a slick smile on his face as the bickering was going on. Okay, this is fun. Moving on from that, we see Kiana James. So she's giving Izzy Dame a pep talk of sorts in the locker room. She knows that Izzy Dame has star potential written all over her. Kiana James will run Raw, and now it's time for Izzy to run NXT. And then Ruca, she made her entrance. She also said that she was going to ride the wave of momentum coming out of the NXT Women's Combine and go on to become the first ever NXT Women's North America Champion. Okay, cool. So let's lead us into our first match of the night. Ruca, she defeats Izzy Dame. So Ruca wins via the Soul Snatcher. Ruca is finding her footing. She's really good. I'm starting to like Ruca. She just needs more character development. Her in-ring stuff is solid. Although I still wish that she would come up with something else besides the Soul Snatcher. The main reason is just because later on in life, I don't want her to have problems with her legs. Let's just be real. But Ruca is good. I like me some Ruca. Moving on. So Ava Raine, she's scolding Tony D and the rest of the family. She's not happy with their actions that occurred last week in the tag match where Stax was showing blatant favoritism. So Ava wants to know where Damon Kemp and Miles Bourne are. Tony D says that Stax just had a bad case of bronchitis. As far as Miles Bourne and Damon Kemp are concerned, he doesn't know. Tony knows that Ava is upset, but is she really going to cancel this Heritage Cup title match? She was going to consider it, but it's already been advertised. So she finds Tony D $20K, and Rizzo gives Ava the money via the envelope. Tony D knows that Ava is hard but fair. He just doesn't want any funny business going on tonight. Solid stuff. I'm loving the D'Angelo family. Really good shit. Moving on. So Malik Blade, he asked Idris NFA if he's ready for their match tonight. Idris says that he needs to get his mind right. They need to focus, run circles around out the mud, and get this dub. Idris knows where Malik is coming from. He's ready to go. So Brinley Reese walks into play. She snatches the rabbit's foot and out of NFA's hand. The rabbit foot was to symbolize Idris NFA going on the perspective that their tag team is cursed. Interesting stuff. Moving on from that, Sarah Schreiber, she had a backstage interview with Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice. Shayna is not surprised by her victory over Karen Petrovich. After all, she held the NXT Women's Championship for most combined days in the history of the title. She stood around to watch the Roxanne Perez Tessa Green match, and she's curious to see who Roxanne's opponent will be in NXT Battleground. Lola Vice says that she needs to get revenge on Roxanne for what happened at Vengeance Day. When she becomes the NXT Women's Champion, she's going to break every record in the book. So then Natalya and Karma Petrovich, they jump Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice. They have a little mini brawl, which is pretty fun. I love it. Really good stuff here. Really good stuff. Good stuff. Moving on. Out the Mud. They defeated Idris Enife and Malik Blade with the help of my girl, Miss Parker. Jada Parker. Ooh wee. So Jada Parker got involved. Basically, WWE has already fizzled out scripts. He's basically done. I think he'll be let go on the 1st of June 1st. So that's fine. It does make sense where he goes. I have no idea, but they've already begun to phase him out. And it makes sense. Hopefully, Shawn Michaels can do something without the Mud. Because they need it. I mean, Jada Parker has star written all over her. You know, give her a year or two. She'll definitely be a star. Moving on. So, Noam Dar, he's not medically cleared tonight. So, Orr will be taking his place in the match against Javon Evans. So, Jakara Jackson asked Lash Legend why she's so certain that Trick didn't attack Noam Dar backstage. Lash Legend says she doesn't have time for this because her match is next. So, this leads us into Nathan Frazier and Axiom. They're enlightened to see that Ridge Holland is in good spirits. Ridge says that Chase U has been there for him, and they're really good guys all around. Axiom says that if Chase U comes after their tag team titles, friendships go out the window. So then the Good Brothers, who suck ass, they join the conversation. Carl Anderson says that Nathan Frazier and Axiom continue to duck them. Luke Gallows describes Ridge as a loner with an anger problem. I mean, I'm not the talent that needs to leave NXT. No, you guys need to leave NXT. Actually, just leave the whole fucking wrestling industry entirely. I don't want you in TNA. I don't want you in AEW. I don't want you in New Japan. I want you guys to be done with the wrestling industry and just go do something else. I don't care what it is. So Ridge Holland reminds the Good Brothers that he got to start in NXT, unlike the two of them. They should take their crusade somewhere else, picking a fight with the OC. And that's the anger talking for Ridge Holland. Luke Gallus tells Ridge to find a tag team partner and kick him out of NXT tonight. There's only one problem with that. Anderson says that Ridge has no friends. So this leads us into Lash Legend defeating my girl Ivy Nile. So she advances with the help of Jakara Jackson, who got involved. She grabbed the foot of Ivy Nile, and that allowed for Lash Legend to hit the pump kick for the 1-2-3. This was fine. This makes good sense. I'd expect that Ivy Nile could stay in NXT because she's not going to do jack shit on Raw. Her or the Creed brothers, they're just there to be there, unless they are inserted into the Chad Gable, Sami Zayn storyline that's going on. If they're able to be slotted into that, I think that would be fine. If they were able to replace the Alpha Academy, hopefully that's what Triple H has in mind. If not, just keep her in NXT and then also send the Creed brothers back down to NXT as well. Moving on from that, Javon Evans, he tells Sarah Schreiber that he didn't attack Noam Dar, and that's something that Trick Williams wouldn't do either. He doesn't know who attacked Noam Dar, but he does know that he's going to fight Orman tonight, and it's about to get really wicked and really bouncy. All right, that's fine. I wish that Javon Evans had more character to him. He is good, but he's like the third coming of Ricochet, because you already have the second coming in Ricochet in Wes Lee. So he's just another version of Wes Lee, but darker. But he's only 20, So, I mean, he's got time. But he needs to have a character. Like, he's someone in NXT that should stay in NXT for at least a good 4 years. Don't bring him up to the main roster until he's like 24. I'm serious. Moving on. Ava Rain, she's having a conversation with Carly Bright. So Carly just missed the cut in the NXT Women's Combine. She would have made the top 12 if she had a quicker time in the sled pull competition. She placed 13th. Ava says that Carly does deserves an opportunity, so she'll have a match with Lola Vice later on tonight. Ava doesn't notice that Taylor Paxley is in her office, which is interesting. Moving on, Javon Evans, he defeated Oro Mensah via Hold It in the Road. He won that way, which is fine. It's like is it like a swanton or something like that? It's something. It's cool. Nice little finish. Post match, Trick Williams came out to celebrate with Javon Evans. That was cool to see Trick. He didn't say anything or do anything. I don't think he did. But this is fine. Moving on. Kelly Kinane had a backstage interview with Charlie Dempsey. What's going to be his strategy now that the catch clause is out the window? Charlie Dempsey says that he's been in contact with Damon Kim and Miles Bourne. They'll be on their way to the arena despite being in really rough shape. Charlie Dempsey can cry about it or just fight. Charlie says he never cried a day in his life, which I kind of would agree with that. I don't think he has. He seems pretty stoic, which is good. That's at least character-wise, he seems very stoic. Charlie says that the couple will remain with No Quarter Catch crew, and he'll beat Tony D within an inch of his life for everything that he did to Damon Kemp and Miles Bourne. Charlie Dempsey does not live up to that promise. I'm just going to spoil it now. He doesn't live up to that promise. He loses in the main event. Sorry, guys. He loses. Moving on. So Chase U tells Ridge Holland that he doesn't need to take this fight alone. Ridge is very appreciative of the support and glad that Andre Chase will be his tag team partner. Andre Chase says that Ridge Holland should just give Riley Osborne a shot against the Good Brothers. Ridge is fine with that because he wants to earn Riley's respect. Thea Hale says this is a teachable moment. Riley tells Ridge that he'll see him out there. Moving on. So, Jasmine Nix, she comes into play, and she's in the locker room. She's got a get well soon card for her girl, JC Jane, who's out with a nose injury. Oof. Get well soon, JC. Hopefully we'll see her in the next month or two. After Thea Hill broke her nose at Spring Break-In. So, Alexis King was the only one who signed the card, and he signed it, Jackie. Get well soon, Jackie. So he kept on messing up her name, calling her, Jackie and all that and everything else. It was kind of cool. Lexus King, I like him, but he has no sense of direction. He's just there week to week, no sense of direction. He's got no feud going on. He's just there, and that's not good. And I like Lexus King. I do. Sean needs to do something with Lexus King. He really does. Maybe you could do something with him and Tony D. I think that would be fun. I think that would be kind of cool. But who knows? But Lexus King is kind of an okay hand. Moving on. So Wes Lee, he comes out. He gets on the mic. He says that he was in one of the darkest times of his life. He didn't know if he would ever be able to come back to NXT again. Everyone knows how much he loves NXT. He said we all know what the NXT North American Championship meant to him. He said when he lost, it's like a chain of reaction of events that we really questioned whether or not his career was over completely. He realized that he missed all of this. 2 days after his surgery, he was up and walking again. Wow. He was back in the gym, busting his ass. He struggled. He was really supposed to be out for a year, but he fought hard and he was able to make it back in 6 months. And he didn't know what else to say. So Obafemi came out. He put him over. He said that he was impressed with him. He said, but you've taken it as far as you can go. Now sit back and watch me take this title to heights that you were never capable of. That was great. I love this. He says, the trials and tribulations that you overcame, they proved to show that you are a heart of a lion, spirit of a warrior. But I'm an actual warrior. I'm the ruler, the destroyer, the bringer of war. I'm the mountain that you can't climb and you can't conquer. Well, I'm guessing you want a title opportunity. So Wes Lee's like, yeah, I'm down for it. And then Obafemi says, do your best. Prove you deserve an opportunity to prove that this title is yours, or was once yours. So then Wes puts over Obafemi. Said that Obafemi has all the tools. He's got the speed, the size, the brute strength to match his freakish athleticism. He doesn't check all the boxes. So then Ivar comes out. He says that him and Wes Lee are just alike. They both came back from an injury. They put over. He put over the doctor that did the surgery for them really well. So then Josh Briggs came out. He said that we're in a little bit of a pickle, boys. You're all just emotional. Wes had a comeback story. Ivar showing the whole world that you're behind the painting Viking calls. He said this is a man's game. He said he's going to throw Ivar and Wes Lee a bone once he wins the North American title. And then Obafemi says, you all have compelling arguments. And then Wes Lee was like, let's make this a fatal four-way. Josh Briggs agrees. He says, Obafemi says, that's the reason why he's champion, and you're not. Fight amongst yourselves. The winner will get an opportunity against me. So this is fine. This makes sense. We all know that Wes Lee is going to win this match next week, and it's going to be Wes Lee versus Obafemi at NXT Battleground, which is going to kick ass. So this makes sense. Wes Lee is going to win. Why? Because Ivar and Josh Briggs are heels. So this makes perfect sense. This actually makes really good sense. Moving on. So the Good Brothers, they defeat Ridge Holland and Riley Osborne. Don't give a shit. I really don't. Moving on. So Lola Vice, she defeated Carly Bright. So, alright. Not really all that important. Post-match, they get into another brawl with Natalya and Carmen Petrovic. Carmen Petrovic says she wants this to be over, and it's going to be a tag team match next week. So this is fine. I was hoping they were going to just wait a little bit longer and have the match take place at Battleground, but that's not going to be the case. But this is fine, this actually makes sense. And this does feel like a TV match anyway, so yeah. Moving on. So Ridge Holland knows that Riley Osborne made a mistake. The accidental drop kick was not intentional. Ridge wants to earn Riley's respect. Thea gives Ridge a big hug. Ridge shakes hands with Riley. And then this leads us into the main event. Tony D defeats Charlie Dempsey. So this went 5 rounds. D'Angelo in round 1 got the first win. I believe Dempsey got the win in I think it was the 3rd round he got the win in. And then, like I said before, it went to the 5th round. And Tony D, he wins via the forget about it. So this was fine. This was actually great. Charlie Dempsey losing, it's fine. You can still do like a rematch maybe at Battleground, but I doubt it. I think the Heritage Cup doesn't have a rematch clause. I really don't think it does. I have to look into it. I don't think it does. I don't. This is fine. Him losing, it makes sense. Tony D basically had the win. So it is what it is because Stax and Lucifer Stefano, they got involved to take out Damon Kemp and Miles Bourne. So we all knew that Tony D was going to win. So I'm not against this. Tony D having some gold is fine. It does make sense. It fits within his character and his gimmick. So I have no issues with this at all. Before the show went off the air, Gallus, they completely destroyed Wes Lee, Ivar, and Josh Briggs. They had them in a bunch of production crates everywhere and everything else, steel chairs, pipes. So this was great. So I dug it. So Gallus being back is cool. They've been gone for months. I think last time we saw them was, I want to say, either either November or December of last year. If not, definitely early January of this year. But NXT was great. You know, it was fun. Tony D winning is great. The NXT women's qualifying matches for the, to be entered into the ladder match, that was cool. I dug that. Again, I already picked out my ladies who were going to be in the match. So, I mean, it makes sense. Who wins? I'm caught between Sol Ruca and Jada Parker. Those are like my picks for right now as to who would actually win. I really do think that we should have a babyface to win. And I think if we have Sol Ruca win, that would be great because the NXT Women's Champion is already a heel. So you don't want to have 2 heel women's champions on your roster. You don't really want to have that. But we'll see what happens when we get to there. Gallus returning was great. That's good. They've been gone for quite some time. Hopefully, Shawn Michaels actually uses them. Thankfully, we've not seen Sean Spears in a little bit. We haven't seen Joe Gacy, so we don't know what's gonna happen with him. Although he might get caught up to the main roster and be in the Wyatt Six. The Good Brothers being on the show sucked, but it is what it is. They are going to be on their way out. Hopefully the Motor City Machine Guns show up eventually. My thing is with the Motor City Machine Guns, if they show up, it's going to be showing up. They're going to either show up at Double or Nothing or at Battleground. So I don't know. But NXT was okay. It was solid. It was fun. What did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.